City 96.7 live at the heart of Liverpool on another gorgeous morning across the city.
That's where the heart of Liverpool football beats.
Match day for the Reds. Of course, once again, a full house expected down at Anfield for today's big game, and we'll be with you right the way through the afternoon.
The boys of the Liverpool club are out to win the Premier Trophy.
So, all the talking nearly over, it's time for the action on the pitch, and you won't miss a kick.
The whole stand shaking here at Anfield.
I think that the players play 100% all the games because they know that they have the supporters behind them. We know that they are behind us, supporting all the time, and then we try to do the best for them.
Liverpool have been the most successful football club, and the pride that that gives us all, I think, is immeasurable.
It's full of winners, not just the players, the backroom staff, the managers, good figureheads.
It would be impossible to play in front of more enthusiastic and loyal supporters.
Anfield, the home of Liverpool FC, but at the end of the 19th century, it was Everton's ground. A financial dispute between the owners of the club and the stadium's landlord saw the Blues move to Goodison Park in 1892. Soon, there would be two teams on Merseyside.
This is the story of a great city, a story of achievement, of triumph over setbacks that might well have ended in defeat. The proud story of Liverpool, with its famous names and memorable aspects of life.
This is John Holding, the owner of Anfield, who now needs someone to play at his empty ground. Along with his football enthusiast friend W.E. Barclay, the pair conceived Liverpool Football Club, and this is the birth certificate to prove it. Their first appointment was a chairman, Ulsterman John McKenna, or Honest John as he was known. McKenna was also the manager in effect. He picked the early teams. Liverpool Football Club started in the Lancashire League. A year later, the team successfully entered the second division of the Football League and won promotion to the first division at the first attempt. At this stage, the side had a distinctly Scottish flavour. They were known simply as the Team of Max. Scotsman Andrew Hannah was the captain and the inspiration of the side, seen here in an early drawing of his goal-scoring prowess. Liverpool's early years saw them yo-yo between the divisions. Relegation in 1895 was followed by promotion the following season. As the 20th century dawned, Merseyside was a busy, bustling port. It was boom time for the docks and shipping industry, with Liverpool benefiting from its location as the country's main thoroughfare for both importing and exporting. With growth came an expanding population, and soon the people of Liverpool would have a football team to be proud of. The first trophy was already on its way. 1901, Liverpool win their first league championship. The star of the side, centre-half Alex Raisbeck. At the other end of the park was leading goalscorer Sam Raybould, but the mustachioed maestro behind the title success was Tom Watson. Not even Tom could stop Liverpool's rollercoaster ride of ups and downs. In 1904, they were relegated again after finishing second bottom. And yes, the same players bounced back to win promotion the next season, winning 27 of their 34 games. 12 months later, Liverpool won their second league championship. It had been a whirlwind 3 years for a club still in its infancy. And the man scoring the goals this time round was Joe Hewitt, who managed 23 on the way to the title. The player keeping the goals out was keeper Sam Hardy, a shot-stopper supreme who became England's #1 for many years. 1906, and at Anfield, construction begins on one of the most famous sections of terracing in football, the Kop, or to give its full name, the Spion Kop. The 1906 championship was to be Liverpool's last taste of success for 16 years, although the 1910 side did manage a runners-up spot, and 4 years later the club reached the FA Cup final for the very first time. Crystal Palace was the venue, and the opponents were Burnley. This a photograph of the winning goal. For Liverpool, it will be another 36 years before they reach the final of the Cup again. and another 5 years before they kicked a ball once more. The outbreak of the First World War meant the suspension of the league, with young men everywhere called up to fight in France. The end of the Great War was met by a desire for fun. There was even dancing in the docks. It was a boom period for Merseyside, and in particular at Liverpool, where the great Don McKinley captained the side to back-to-back championships in 1922 and 1923. Other stars of that era included dashing winger Fred Polly Hopkins, side from Manchester United, and the twin strike force of Dick Forshaw and Harry Smiler Chambers. In goal was the towering Irish international Elisha Scott, whose Anfield career spanned 18 seasons and 467 games. There were other key figures in the side, the likes of Walter Wadsworth and F. Longworth, and fans flocked to see them in action. This footage comes from the Goodison Derby of 1927, as the crowd spilled onto the pitch, where at the time referees favoured lounge suits. The game finished 1-1, Dick Edmed with the Liverpool goal, and the match was as keenly contested as all Merseyside encounters. 1928 and the Kop was further extended and given a roof. This served to amplify the noise levels, but there wasn't much to cheer about during the 1930s. This 1932 third-round FA Cup win against Everton was a notable scalp as the Blues homed in on the First Division title. Liverpool went on to the quarter-finals, but that's as good as it got for the club during difficult times on the pitch. Not that the team didn't have any stars. The man who scored the winner in this match was South African Gordon Hodgson, a prolific striker who hit 240 goals in 378 appearances. Another great of the period and another South African at Anfield was Barry Nieuwenhuys or Nivy. Other legends included the three half-backs, 6'2" Tiny Bradshaw, Scottish international Jim McDougall, and Matt Busby, who went on to become manager of Manchester United.
Before the cricket season is over and before any signs of winter appear, soccer players go into training for the coming season. Sweaters in this heat, they must be trying to get their weight down. It would be more pleasant to bask on some sunny beach, but there's a cup to be won, and it's the early dribbler who gets the goals. Some of the training is almost juggling. Some of it is pretty strenuous, for the boys of the Liverpool club are out to win the Premier Trophy. At Yeovil and Petters, would-be giant killers, are out to kill Liverpool, who are playing in dark shirts. Liverpool immediately get into their stride and attack. Now, keep the party clean. Carry on, please. And Liverpool does carry on, with goal after goal. Final score, Liverpool 6, Yeovil 2.
Despite a host of star names at Anfield, Liverpool never finished higher than 7th in the league during the 1930s, and frequently had to settle for a place in the bottom half of the table. The opening game of the 37-38 campaign against Chelsea was typical of the times.
Soccer and the soccer crowds. In their thousands they pour into the grounds to witness the opening of the season. By way of example, Chelsea are at home to Liverpool. It's a fine afternoon, the football is good, there are 7 goals scored, 6 of them by Chelsea as it happens, and everybody is happy. The soccer season is underway.
As the 30s drew to a close, Liverpool were Merseyside's poor relations, as Everton swept to another title. Trophyless since 1923, the Anfield club seemed to have settled for mid-table mediocrity. But the team of 1939 had more pressing matters to address off the pitch, as the world again descended into war. Once peace was secured, life returned to normal, and football was back, even better than before. Crowds hit record levels. The first full season after the war was 1946-47, and Anfield was an optimistic place to be.
Yeah, we had a fantastic season there. We had some very good players who'd come back and played.
Here they are: Lambert, Fagan, Paisley, Hughes, Dunn, Spicer, Jones, Sidlow, Balmer, Taylor, the captain, Stubbins, and Little.
Oh, Billy Little was a giant of a man and a match winner in his own right.